Wake up, Edward. Stop hiding.
What the fuck is this? Lissie. Without her, he is nothing. Her absence feels like drowning. He has lost an entire day and he fears for her. He fears for Betty. He thought he left his demons behind him in his gentle prison, but they had come with him. Who is this person?
Where you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissie?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, teddy bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you. Lissie. Oh.
Are they all in my head? I mean, is this the demons I was talking about? Are they all my demons? Jesus Christ. Is Betty real? Or is it just another demon I'm looking... chasing after? Man, I don't know. Now I'm really confused.
Please. Lissie? Listen. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissie.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course,
What? Where did she go? It's all foggy and rainy again.
Lissie? Lissie! Don't go. Alice, hear me out. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, teddy bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Jesus Christ, man. What the fuck is going on? Why is she mad at us? Why is she so mad at us? Like, what's so wrong about wanting to find Betty? And she's obviously not here. Maybe outside? No, I guess... I don't know. Let's go upstairs. The game just kind of turned me around on its own, so... Guess he wants me to continue to investigate.
I gave you this jacket. Betty.
I mean, that wasn't there before. I'm almost 90% sure.
You were here.
I don't know if I can trust what I see anymore, so...
Alice, be reasonable. Lissie, I'm tired of chasing you.
Oh, that's so cool. She turns.
I'm trying to talk to you. Lissie, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
She must have-
Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So? What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
It will never be the same.
Oh, is that why they're so mad at me? Because I'm...
She does not want you.
Who are you talking
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like Mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like Father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
For good.
That doesn't sound good.
Lissie.
This door's still locked. My god, what the f... Guy has some serious mental issues. Let me put the coat in the mannequin. Oh, and the gloves are there as well. Cool. Nearly made her whole outfit. Missing that pin. Still need to find that.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Is it snowing now? Looks like
You're
this.
upstairs.
Let's check out this noise.
Betty, I'm coming. I knew you were here.
Coming from the locked room? Yeah.
Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door! I'm coming in! Stand away from the door! Betty?
Oh no.
No, 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 thought it was you, Betty. But who? Anna.
She's been dead here all this time? That's a bit disturbing. Like we couldn't smell it? Been 5 days since we've arrived, and she could have been dead way before that.
It's from Johann, addressed to his wife.
Edward is keenly aware of penmanship and he noticed the quivering lines and numerous mistakes. This is the work of a man in great distress, he thinks, a man at his wits' ends.
Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years I have kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
Oh, my days. Shall we go to his farm now? Oh, what's this?
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor.
He knows the lighter is precious to Elizabeth, an object of sentimental value. Betty would not, he believes, have left this lighter here by accident. Another breadcrumb?
It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb.
Oh god. Okay. Another,
You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine.
Johann went to his brother's farm, and Edward fears Betty would have followed, but Betty would not have stopped at the farm. She would have gone all the way to the mine. Maybe we shall visit the farm first?
You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go back downstairs. There isn't anything else here. Can we? We read this book before? Sure. Wait. No, we haven't. We hadn't. No, okay. So August 13, 1923. This morning I had lemon juice in hot water with no sugar instead of tea. I also had half an apple and dry toast. I've been gaining weight lately. I read about this diet in the paper. It's apparently very popular in London, but I am dreadfully hungry and crave fried eggs and sausages. August 4th, the very next day. We received an odd letter yesterday addressed to Johann. It's from an American gentleman, Mr. Edward Harden of Hanover, Massachusetts. I can't say that word. Massachusetts? Okay. This letter was well written and very polite. Mr. Harden received our information from the Ailesland police when he requested a contact in Gravik. I do wonder why they gave him Johann's name and not Frederick's. Perhaps because our dear Margaret is no longer with us, and I am better prepared to respond in English than Frederick. Mr. Harden inquired about his sister, Elizabeth Harden, who's traveling on her own. Apparently she's a journalist. Imagine that, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway. Sounds wonderful. The letter said Elizabeth telegraphed her brother from Island to inform him that she planned to visit Gravik. Why she'd want to come to this dreary old place, I have no idea. There is nothing here worth writing about anymore. His sister had not arrived yet. If she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America, being a journalist and traveling the world on her own. She sounds so interesting. I hope she does come, even though she will surely be bored out of her mind. I'll write to Mr. Harden today. Johan is not very comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Harden to stay here, if he decides to come. After all, there are no guest houses in Gravik, and our spare room is rarely used. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. August 5th. This morning I had a boiled egg and butter toast, after Johan told me I was being silly and that I do not need to lose any weight, seeing as we're not in London and no one cares. Okay, let me just turn the page here. I wrote Mr. Harden to invite him to stay at the house. Oh, okay, we've read that. Oh, no. Okay, we didn't. I am terribly excited. I do worry for his sister. I wonder where she could be. August 9th. There was an argument in the shop early today. Frederick was yelling at poor Astrid, claiming their goats had been grazing on his land. I wanted to speak up, but knew it'd only make him angrier. August 10th. Johan went across the fjord this morning to purchase some necessities, including new fabrics, and to pick up the post. The letters have been piling up in the store. I sometimes worry the world has completely forgotten about us. August 17th. I finished another dress today. This one is for myself. There are no customers anymore. No one here needs another dress, and it's been ages since we visited the city. I hardly know anyone there, and who would want their dresses made in Gravik when they can have one tailored in Island? I feel lonely today. I miss my dear Margaret so much, after all these years. August 20th. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. She's been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own, even more than usual, and her clothes are filthy. I don't mind her playing around and exploring, of course. I always did regret Margaret and I not being allowed to run free when we were little. Ruth says she's just looking for some flowers and pretty rocks. I shouldn't worry so much. Then the very next day, August 21st, Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth, a whole bar of chocolate. He is a sweet boy, but Frederick would be furious if he knew. August 22nd. I asked Ruth if she plays up by Frederick's farm or near the old mine. She promised she doesn't. I've never had reason not to trust her, but I still feel like she's hiding something from me. This is gonna lead up to the accident, I think. I looked at her drawings while she was out. She's got such an imagination. September 5th. We received another letter from Mr. Harden. He'll be here in October as planned. I look forward to having someone else to speak with, if only for a few days. Not that Johan isn't good company, but we have little to converse about outside of our daily routines. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. If she'd left Island weeks ago, where could she be? She may well have decided to stop along the way. We've heard nothing, but we so rarely speak with anyone outside Gravik these days. I do hope she's alright. I would hate for Mr. Harden to come all this way to no avail. Ruth is still being secretive. I know she's hiding something. One of these days I will follow her. September 9th. No church service again today. The vicar hasn't been back since the memorial service in July. Johan believes he won't be back, and that he has given up on Gravik, like everyone else. I think I'm coming down with a cold. September 15th. Someone damaged our boat during the night. That's the third one this month. Johan suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. I'm not at all feeling well and spent most of yesterday and today in bed. Ruth was sweet and brought me potato soup and tea with honey and milk. September 18th. She has left us. Our dearest Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. He too is now gone, and with him all hope Gravik had left in it. Yeah, kinda led up to the accident. I guess this was their personal, or Anna's personal diary. Shit. Oh man, this family's been through quite something.
So where is Frederick's farm? The gate. Frederick's warning. The path leads to his farm.
Okay, we shall take... Oh, can't go through there, I guess.
The farm is on the way to the mine, isn't that so, Betty?
And also in the diary...
Are you still at the farm? Or did you go all the way to the mine?
In the diary, Anna writes about Betty never arriving in Gravik. I wonder if she ever did at all. And all these breadcrumbs we're finding are just figments of our imagination. Because we so desperately want
Follow the tracks to the mine?
Betty to be alive and here.
What led you to this place? All these fragments. You would piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know?
At the heart of it all, are the two brothers equal but separate? Separate but equal.
Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. But something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick.
Maybe due to his, to their younger brothers. Oh my god, it's all burnt down.
Is this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground? And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
What was I saying? Maybe it had something to do with their younger brother's death or accident at the mine. That's what started the separation of the brothers. Okay, let's go in, see if we can step in. There's the safe here.
What do you reckon, Betty?
Okay, we tried the date of the mine opening. I guess that wasn't it. Maybe it's the day the mine closed down. Or the younger brother died. This is Simon. Or maybe Simon's birthday date.
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909. Died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here, and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
Well, if they blamed him for the Ruth's death, Obviously they wouldn't want him buried in the village cemetery, I would guess. And plus, not sure if she's buried here, but there's a gravestone for his wife, so, and he would want them close to each other. Let's try Simon's birthday.
Let's try Simon's birthday. Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both. No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon.
Who wrote this letter?
Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We've already dealt with the worker who made the discovery. The Fretland Mining Company. I wonder what this unlocks. You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you. All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story?
What was unearthed to cause this avalanche of misfortunes? What triggered such bitter disagreement between the brothers?
Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
I wonder what they discovered. Here we go, Fretland's Mining Company. Guess this is just a cabin?
Cursed mine in Grovik. Locals struggle with bad crops and livestock deaths and blame it on... They thought they were cursed because of the mine. A thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion.
Maybe they found a Viking burial site? Who knows? I mean, it had to be something bad if they believed they were cursed.
So, 20 years pass.
The imagined curse became a crutch for all their misfortunes, casting a long shadow on every life in Gravik. The feud grew and festered in the cold belly of Gravik, a cancerous beast born from the wreckage of the mine.
The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Simon at all that pushed Ruth. Because apparently someone wanted...
It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
My theory so far is that Frederick killed Ruth because she found something in the mines. And obviously Frederick wanted to protect his investment and the mine itself, so he couldn't have the secret. And that's why someone wrote in blood in Frederick's shop, like child murderer.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
And then Johan having, I'm not sure, but finding this out or finding that out, he kills Simon in the act of revenge. Could that be?
This place is cursed. Ridiculous.
Let me just check. This leads somewhere. No, okay. Let's go into the mine then. Oh, that's the doll's head.
Ruth was here the day she fell.
Am I looking for something that was never there? Is there a truth here that I haven't yet grasped? What am I truly searching for in this desolate hole under the mountains?
You were here, Betty. You saw Ruth. Maybe you tried to help, but she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
Okay, I did choose Beth there. I'm not sure why, but I kind of feel the...
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
Wow, it's so dark in here, I can't see anything. Okay, good. Better. What was I saying? I kind of feel guilty about... I feel like I'm continuing to feed our illusion that Betty's somewhere here and had something to do with this. I'll try to abstract myself from choosing the fuck any more options related to Beth in the future. What is this? Oh, that's her pin.
Oh, Betty. This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Oh my god. Let's look in the hole, I guess. Oh god. Run! Okay. Shit doesn't seem too stable. Go, go, go.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
No way.
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
Not real.
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
Edward, where are you?
I'm on my way.
I'm back here at Frederick's farm.
I'm here, Betty. It's Edward.
Edward, please.
It's me.
Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty. I can hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Edward!
I'm almost... Stay put, Betty. I'm coming for you. Betty?
Edward! Edward?
Just stay put. Betty!
Where the hell is she? Like, how could I have listened to her voice all the way from the mine?
Coming!
There's no way.
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God.
The mannequin.
Thank God. Elizabeth! There you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried.
He knows Elizabeth so well. Every part of her scent, her clothes, she's complete, and she's here. He found her. It's her. He knows it's Betty. He knows her so well. Her scarf, her hat, her gloves. It's all there. My God,
Look.
guys.
Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
Completely delusional.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. All it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry. It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Damn, that was a picture of a movie star. Shit, so delusional, this guy. Damn. That must be hard to live with. Never knowing what's real. Fuck. Like how all her clothes immediately turned black. That was spooky.
Goodbye, Betty.
And who's to say forever? Could just be momentarily until we forgot. Or we forget that she's just missing. And she's somewhere else in the world. And we have the urge to find her once more. Believing with all our might and all of ourselves.
Are you up?
Yes.
Come outside. It's a beautiful day.
That she's truly not dead yet.
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off this stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Alright, that's fair enough, but I'm gonna have to take a quick break right here, guys. And we'll continue on the pursuit of the truth in the next episodes. I hope you guys are digging this Let's Play still. I'm sure am. I'll catch you all in the next one. Just a minute, darling.